You don't know kind. You're evil.
I will break up soon and I will kill more. I will break up soon and I will kill more.
In a world where justice is sought, what happens when killers laugh in court? Let's explore the first chilling case of T.J. Lane. In February 2012, he carried out a school shooting at Chardon High School in Ohio, where he killed 3 students and hurt several others. This shocking event upset many people across the country. During his court appearances, Lane acted strangely. He laughed and smirked, especially when the families of the victims spoke about their pain. This showed a lack of remorse that angered the families, who were already suffering deeply. His laughter reminded everyone of the serious emotional scars left by such violence, raising questions about his mental state and how well the justice system handles people like him.
Nick is a very kind and loving. Why would you want to hurt him? You don't know kind. You're evil. I will have to eventually forgive you. Otherwise, you will haunt me. You will never, ever be in my thoughts after this. Never.
Next, let's talk about Tyrell Webster, who was part of a violent crime spree in 2015. He was charged with several serious crimes, including armed robbery and assault. During his trial, Webster often laughed and joked with his co-defendants, even when the judge was discussing the seriousness of the charges. This behavior upset many people in the courtroom, especially the families of the victims. They felt it showed a complete lack of respect for their suffering. Such reactions can have a lasting impact on those who are looking for justice and healing. Now let's talk about Danta Wright. He was charged with armed robbery and several violent crimes in 2018. In court, he often laughed and smirked during important moments, even when victims' families shared their heartbreak.
I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life.
His laughter shocked and angered many people, showing a big gap between his actions and the pain felt by others. Many wondered how someone facing such serious charges could act so carelessly. Let's talk about Luis Enrique, who was accused of a serious crime. During his trial, there was surprising evidence and emotional stories from the victims' families. Luis often acted strangely, sometimes laughing or showing little emotion.
There's no need to promote it.
Be silent. Be silent.
This behavior made people wonder about his mental state and what it says about him. Many found it confusing and upsetting that he seemed so relaxed even with such serious charges against him.
I will break up soon and I will kill more.
Finally, let's talk about Michael Madison, who was accused of murdering 3 women in Ohio in 2013. His trial included shocking evidence and emotional testimonies from the victims' families. However, during the trial, Madison often laughed and showed little emotion. This behavior raised serious questions about his mental state and what it says about him as a person. Many people were confused and disturbed by how he acted so casually despite facing such serious charges.
You stripped them from the waist down. You folded them in half, binding them so that their feet were up by their ears. You wrapped them in multiple layers of trash bags and you discarded them.
If you are interested in true crimes, don't miss our next story. Hit subscribe and join us for more cases and mysteries.